Hello everybody, my name is Steven. You're watching Foul Air Gun Channel. We're at bench. We have the Hatsan Flashpup 25 caliber, shooting the FX 34 grain pellets at an average of 833 feet per second, shooting 60 yards into some ballistics gel today. Homemade ballistics gel. It's actually a little bit stronger than what the recipe calls for, so hopefully a little bit more rigidity there. Keep us a little bit more capable of collecting some ballistics as well as our projectiles. So we have ballistics gel at 60 yards. The other thing that's really interesting is that I have a deer scapula bone in the front section of the ballistics gel, so that's going to give us really good ballistics for penetration on gel or on skull, as well as any kind of tough shoulder bone, anything of the sort like that. Reason for this is that one, I'm really interested in what these 34 grain pellets are doing, these heavier grain pellets out at 60 yards with the energy, which like I said is right about 30 foot-pounds energy downrange. Still making incredible accuracy, by the way. So yeah, just strictly for testing purposes, ballistic purposes. So we have the 34 grain FX pellets. We're going to attempt and put us some of the Predator polymags, as well as the nhornets down there, just to see if we can. We're using a single shot tray. I've already loaded my first round. I had a little bit of boo-booing with needing to go down there and reline my ballistics gel back up when I originally started this video. So it looks like we're a little straighter now. Hopefully we'll be able to get some shots that are pretty accurate here. Okay, so first shot, 34 grain FX pellet, 60 yards. Alright, heard a nice thud. It's hard to tell where penetration was on that, so let's get us out one of these Predator polymags here. Pick us one that looks like a winner. Alright. Predator polymag. I believe that was a hit. Let's get a nhornet. You know, these things are really sought after, the nhornets, and they no doubt can be pretty effective, especially at that medium close range distance there. Far ranges like this, they're pretty inaccurate. Okay, let's see what we can get here. That shot flew very, 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 very far to the left. Didn't even make it into our gel. Let's try it one more time here. Maybe we can get it on there. And that one hit low. It looked like it actually hit into the table, possibly. Let's try it one more time. If I can't get it here, I'm going to switch back to what I came to do, which is testing the 34 grains, the pellets that I will actually be using. Alright, I believe that one probably could have been a hit. Don't see anything else around. Alright. So hopefully we got some, collected some form of ballistics from that. I'm going to shoot maybe just 2 more of these FX pellets here, 34 grains. Let's see if we can get this. It sounded like a nice solid thud. Alright. You can definitely see that gel moving out there. Yeah, let's try to get one more. I was thinking about not, but hopefully we're not marring up that ballistics gel down there so bad where we won't be able to read anything. So, alright, that'll do it there. We were at a full fill, by the way. That's 200 bar on my rifle. I believe it's 200 bar on all the Hatsan Flashpup, actually. Alright, so let's go take a walk down there and go look at some ballistics. Alright, so here we are 60 yards downrange with our ballistics gel, and before it really gets to raining, look at that, that's actually a shard of lead right there. Interesting stuff. So, very interesting results. Here is our deer bone scapula right here. This is the largest section of the bone here where it kind of triangles up. It's real thick, so we made a couple shots here, as well as trying to make a couple shots through here. I tried spreading it out, but it's hard to really gauge and make sure that, you know, we're not going to shoot out the side of gel or anything. It makes it pretty difficult. So what I tried to go for here was leaving a layer of ballistics gel between the actual bone so that we can kind of mimic still being able to get our impacts here, which turned out fantastic, by the way. So there's a couple up here right towards the end that we shot that were the FX 34 grain holes, the impacts from the 34 over here as well. And if we come around to the side here, we actually had a shot low here that was, I'm not sure if that's the polymag or if that's the Hornet. It kind of looks like the Hornet doesn't have the red polymer tip. It doesn't look like it has the red polymer tip on it. So I believe that's the Hornet there. We do have here one of the FX 34 grain pellets that made it all the way through the gel. You could see that they were moving through with still plenty of energy to go right through. Now they were hitting our bottle and there was no penetration on our bottle. And since we're finding the pellets out here, that's telling me that we've lost, you know, practically all of our energy by the time we've went through this ballistics gel block. So we also have over here where we've managed to make a shot on the thicker portion of the bone, and you'll notice that it's went through and it's kind of made a tumble down here and then has implanted itself in there. So, you know, going through the absolute most thickest part. And actually you can see something else too now that I'm looking at this. Hopefully you'll be able to see this here. If you look right up in there above at the top, that is another piece of the 34 grain. That is why we are finding this shrapnel out here, if you'll notice this. So that is actually a piece. You can see right down inside of here that there is actually one lodged in the bone here. It looks like it went through, it hit the bone and it just exploded. It's practically through the bone, and this again is the thickest section of the bone. It's quite large. It's definitely over an inch wide, solid there bone. You can see the marrow inside still is fairly fresh there. So you see the shrapnel, again, pieces on the table. So they have very interesting results, very interesting results. I'm not quite sure what became of the polymags. I imagine that the polymags were probably some that had zipped through as well. So very interesting, very interesting. And yeah, we got our retrieved our FX pellet here. It really did not deform much at all, and this is after going right through that bone and through the entire ballistics gel block. So you know, really not getting great penetration or great expansion. We are getting some great penetration with that. So now it kind of leads me back to more research, finding out what's going to expand, how I can get that energy dump. You know, want penetration, but you also want a good energy jump. So now we got to kind of go back and try to shoot a couple more things and see what works. Shooting some ballistics gel, it's always fun, guys, right? Hey, thanks for watching as always. Make sure if you like my channel, you hit like. Make sure you subscribe and follow me for more. And as always, we'll see you next time.